Ren Ritsuno here. Today, I wanted to share with you a few stories about identity theft. I didn't quite have this tangible loss, but it could have been worse, right? Um, so a few months ago, I noticed that there are a couple of emails. Somebody's kind of trying to get into my bank account and try to create this kind of transaction portals, right? So if you have money, then you have to actually send it to the outside bank account, and you have to actually use connect it to some sort of payment gateway. And when you do that, the bank's gonna send you a email saying that, hey, somebody's trying to access your account. And the thing was, I never actually used this bank, or at least I didn't remember. I don't right. And it turned out that I actually opened up probably 15, almost 20 years ago, and I just completely forgot about it because I really didn't use. And so I'm getting this email over and over again. So I got a little suspicious. Hey, there's something might going on. So I call the bank and they say, hey, there's something might be going on. I thought it was a phishing or something. There's a lot of phishing going on, so you got to be careful too, right? But I checked the URL and everything seems legit. And if I just call the bank directly to their phone number, the risk is very low. There could be, some risk if there's a routing issue and things of the nature. But I call from, my cell phone, not connected to the email, and then search that number from a website. So it's a legit phone number to the bank. So when I called them, bank told me that there is about $260,000 in my account, and then they're saying it's not me, but then I was trying to actually withdraw that amount, and I immediately told them that that's not my money. Okay, I didn't put that money into my account. I don't know who they are, so it's got to be a scam. You guys have to investigate. So they did investigate, and then they actually tried to withdraw money to somewhere else, and then their address is connected to somewhere in Wyoming or in some kind of PO box, and they traced where the $260,000 come from, and it turned out to be some sort of a crypto website that they transfer money into this particular account. So they try to actually launder money. So they use some regular people's bank account, and so they can launder money. It's somebody in between. There's crooks to crooks would be, of course, getting caught easily. So in the middle, you find some kind of identity victim and then put their money, and then immediately they're gonna put that money out. So why this is dangerous? Could be. So let's say some of you might say, hey, why don't you just transfer the money to my legit account or something, right? It's a money. But then the problem is, one is, had I do that, right? Had I done that, then one really issue that I'm the one connected to the crime. of this crypto, probably those scammers, right? Of course, they scam the crypto, and they actually make a lot of money. So you got to be very careful when you're dealing with the crypto, because once it's gone, it's gone. And so, yeah, and then if you have a money and then the FBI or whoever in charge are gonna investigate your account, and then eventually that 260,000, if you spend it, you have to actually pay for the tax, right? At least if you get really lucky, then they'll come after you. IRS gonna come after you, and also. Yeah, of course, they're gonna say that you're part of the group. You might not have nothing to do with it, but then it's opportunity, crime opportunity, and then you might get into a lot of trouble. So for that account, it's gone, right? So I say, that's not mine. Just deal with it, and they shut down the account, and then hopefully they didn't. They return the money to the victims of. Crypto scams. Hopefully, they didn't return back to the criminals. So that was one. It was a pretty big amount, 260,000, and another one. Just recently, there's another one. It was more blatant. This guy pretended around the same time actually happened, but then it took quite a long time for this scams to unfold, because it was like a mortgage crime. So what this guy did was he created this fake driver's license. Everything except his name, height, and height, the pictures. Everything else is exactly the same as mine. So he actually pretended that it was, my name, my social security, and everything was me. And he applied for the mortgage. And so it took quite some time. So some of the trick this guy did, or a group of, I'm sure these guys are doing the groups, but then what they did was they actually pay. It's interesting how they did. They actually pay the title companies that it's going to go on. So the title company will actually pay the property tax. So it actually kind of looked legit. When you pay the property tax, it's going to the record to the government. So if you're not legit, why you pay, somebody else's property tax, right? So actually, this crook did. So it's like it cost him a little bit, like a few $1,000s for the property tax of the one installment, but then he could gain the credibility, and the mortgage lenders would be more trusting, right? So he got the notarization of the authorization of the mortgage, and of course, the driver's license. That's his face, right? It's just the name it's mine. So this guy got $320 something, $320, just a bit shy of that, $1,000 of money out of a mortgage company. And I got an email from the mortgage company that, hey, you're not making a payment on December 1st. That's why I kind of noticed, okay, what's going on? I never taken up my mortgage, and so I have no idea. So when we talked, I called and I said, this is you guys got scammed, and that's when the things all unfolds. And this is actually very dangerous things. How do I really notice it, or if I'm not really? So I went to actually police and filed a report, but then hadn't I done all this like steps? And actually, I even called the or emailed to the title company to say, hey, well, what's going on? It's like why somebody else is paying my property tax. Hadn't I done all this, right? That's the thing. I want you to be actually very careful about the kind of the yellow flags going on in your life, and then make sure you take care of those, because if I didn't do it right, and title company or mortgage company, will assume that then that's actually you, and then they can actually put the lien on my house or condo, whatever. And worst case, and generally, you fight it out with a police report, and it takes times. But sometimes like a lawyer have to get involved, and then that you have to pay for it into the lawyers, or you waste more and more time because things progress. So yeah, but then I actually made sure that I documented all this, right. I say, okay, something's wrong, and then so I did what I could, but then you know so I have a trace of that's not me, I gave them a warnings, and I filed the police report, and everything seems to be okay. It means it's like it's not okay because some crook actually got $320,000 and then just disappear, right? I think another thing I want you to kind of learn, if possible, that if you are the business guy, why you get caught up in this kind of scam. I think the mortgage company also, this is just my guess, but they really wanted to make this deal because that interest rate was really high. I noticed, like I wouldn't like. Yeah, like let's say if that the mortgage rate is about like 8%, like 7.5 or 8%, right? In general, like if you have a good credit, but then this mortgage rate is like somewhere around probably 10%, like 11%. So I think mortgage lender probably thought that it's a really easy money. That's what they thought too. So that's the thing about the scam. Scam is like both party have, not both party, like a victim have to be willing to give the money, right? So actually, the scam, what scammer did was actually they gave a great percentage. Usually, like if it's a legit guy, generally would not agree to a 10-11% of a mortgage rate. But then actually, of course, like this scammer, we're not going to pay for it, so he didn't care. He said, okay, whatever the percentage, I'll pay for it. So I think they just wanted to believe that this whole deal was real. Yeah, this is actually quite a lot of money, and this kind of loss, it's I mean, somebody's career might go up in the flame, right? I mean, somebody is responsible for getting this scammer didn't quite double check with this type of like not doing the due diligence, but it's hard. You can blame somebody like victims, but they might process like 10, 20, possibly a day of applications, so you might not be able to do all the due diligence. And the more ballsy those scammers are, it's harder to believe that some people might go through that length or that boldness to rip you off. So in probably this last 3 months, based on this identity theft, more than $500,000 of money has been siphoned off from somebody. And what I want to share with you, really, the last thing is like, we're not living in the benign world. Okay, we really have to be careful in a certain way. Okay, I always claim to have good to have a positive mind, a positive thinking, and like all that stuff. But then we cannot underestimate the importance of a critical thinking. And this common notion of, if something's too good to be true, just walk away. Okay, nothing worthwhile getting something if it's too easy. Okay, if you get easy, like a nice car or whatever, right? If you're not doing anything, like if you didn't put your work to it in some way, right, learning or whatever, then that's not even worthwhile. Okay, anything worthwhile takes some sort of like your initiatives. You're the one who have to look for it. You're the one have to go over the fears, that uncomfortableness. Otherwise, it's all scams. So just watch out. If you if you see there is a green, yellow, red flags all over the place. All right, like when you live life. And if you start seeing the yellow flags, make sure it's not going to escalate into red flags. Once you become red flags, I mean, you got to deal with it. But then, hopefully by watching, and generally yellow flag is a few, not just one. Okay, so start from small yellow flags, taking care of it, and then gradually. And then hopefully it's not going to go to the red flags. And it's, thank God that this is like some big institution dealing with it. But then if this is have some individual actually getting this type of, and there are a lot actually. So if you're young guys, just watch out. Like the world. I mean, if you get ripped off that much in somewhere, not a lot of people can actually recover. But then there is still a way. But just it's a complete waste of time. So just stay safe. But then push yourself, and other than that, take a great adventure. Thank you for watching. Please share your ideas in the comment section below to help each other, and hit like and the subscribe buttons so you get notified of the next video. See you next time.